Hello, everyone. My name is Christopher Lee Rose. I'm an author, mentor, life coach, motivational speaker, evangelist, musician, and activist. It's nice to meet you all, and I hope you're doing well. For this FL Studio 20 session, we're going to be making the final track for the album Buddha, and this track is called Buddhism. The reason why I'm creating this track is because I have a real interest in Buddhism ever since I discovered the no self, selflessness, and know thyself. And the Buddhist teachings, Siddhartha Gautama, has really transformed my life in every single way. I've been through a lot of suffering, pain, and adversity within my life, and a lot of difficult challenges with mental health, homelessness, and just physical health conditions of the diabetes. So I've had a lot of suffering, a lot of pain, a lot of anxiety, and a lot of stress. But when I found Buddhism, it transformed my life in the sense of that suffering, pain, adversity can be overcome if you do the Four Noble Truths and follow the Noble Eightfold Path. So with the Buddhism of what Saitama Gautama has said in reality, this has transformed my life in every single way. And now, even though I have been through suffering, pain, adversity, I believe that the Buddhist teachings and the Dharma and Buddhism is very important in life. And, life is always moving into the future. So as I create this track at the present time now, this is just my appreciation to the Buddha for doing what he's done for humanity, for the animals of the universe, and by bringing the world religion of Buddhism to humanity. So this is just my appreciation of the Buddha's teachings, the Dharma, Siddhartha Gautama, his inspiration that he shared with humanity, and actually helping me and freeing me from my own suffering, pain, adversity, and giving me a new life and a new way of living in a spiritual way. So how we're going to produce this track is an intro, then verse, and an outro. So let's begin with the intro first. Okay, so we've done the intros. We're going to add it onto playlists now. So next we're going to do the verse drums. So okay, so we've done the verse drums. So we're going to add it onto playlist. We're going to do it up to 66. Might be longer, but it should be fine. Next, we're going to do the verse melody. And for this beat, I'm gonna do a longer melody this time. This is something I've been just practicing recently. Normally I do melodies to bar 5, but now I'm gonna do a melody to bar 10. So let's just do that. So I'm gonna have some chords for this melody, I think. Let's do major. I'm just gonna just adding in the chords now. So when I add chords, it's just an easier way of producing. It brings a unique style to it. So sometimes I add chords to the beats or create it myself. Right, so I've added the chords. So just gonna save what we've done so far. I'm gonna add the chords into the playlist now for the melody. Okay, so just gonna make, oh, hold on. So yeah, the 64. So I had to delete the 2 other drums because the beat is 64 on the bars. So that's why I've just deleted the extra drums from 66. So next I'm gonna do the verse bass. So I'm just gonna highlight the bass notes onto the melody. So alright, so I've done the bass. I'm just gonna cut the notes into its own pattern. So I'm gonna add the bass onto playlist and just lower it a little bit. So I'm just gonna add the bass into playlist. Next, I'm gonna do the verse piano. I'm just gonna add some piano notes to the melody. So I'm just gonna cut the piano notes. Gonna add the piano notes into its own pattern. Then I'm gonna lower the piano notes volume. Then I'm gonna add the piano notes onto playlists. Okay, so next we're gonna do the outro. For the outro, I'm gonna do drums and a melody. So just gonna have a simple drum pattern. Okay, so I've done the outro drums. I'm gonna add it into the playlist. Okay, so the beat has been produced. So now we're gonna add in the vocals. So first we're gonna add in Buddhism vocals on every third bar. So I always add vocals to the beat that I produce. It's just something I've been doing for a number of years now. So I try to add vocals into the beats itself. So I think it does bring a bit of variety to the beat as well. So it's important to know with vocals, you need to make sure they're copyright friendly. So just in case if you use vocals that are not copyrighted, you know, things could happen to your music. So just make sure wherever you get your vocals, either record it yourself or get it from a producer or artist. Just make sure it's copyrighted. So I always try to do vocals in my beats. So that's what I do. I'm just adding in the vocals now. So next I'm gonna add in the spiritual change just before. So I normally add in 3 vocals to the beat. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just adding in the vocals. Then we're gonna add in the final vocal, which is "My Life Is Like a Story," which is my brand vocal. So we're just gonna do that in a second. Okay, so next we're gonna add in "My Life Is Like a Story" vocal in any space that we see available. So You can see as I'm adding the vocals, making the beat a bit more intense, which is a good thing. So remember, when you add in vocals, you don't want to have it with the beat itself. You want it separated in case you want to move it. So that's why I don't add the vocals into the beat itself. I always do it outside of the beat. So it's separate identity from the beat itself. So that's why I don't have it within the drum pattern or the melody or the bass or the piano. So I always have it separately out of the beat itself. So yeah, the beat is done now. So we've got a intro and then a long verse. I always try to do long verses for my beats. And then we've got an outro. So let's hear the intro first. This is the final beat for the album. So this is the last track. So let's hear the Buddhism intro.
My life is like a story. Spiritual change. Buddhism. My life is like a story. Spiritual change.
All right, let's hear the verse.
My life is like a story. Spiritual change. Buddhism. My life is like a story. Spiritual change. Buddhism.
Well, let's hear the outro now.
My life is like a story. Spiritual change. Buddhism. My life is like a story.
Alright, so the beat is done now, the track is done. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save the MP3 file in the project. So normally I save the project first. So just gonna find the file. This is the final track for the album. So I'm very happy today that I've completed the album. So just gonna save the final track as Buddhism for the Buddha album. Then we're gonna add the MP3 now to the folder. I've already created a folder for the album. So gonna save the MP3 and saved the tutorial. So thank you for watching. This is the final beat and thank you.